My name is Sarah and I'm a science educator at Claytor Nature Center. Today, we're going to talk about invasive plant species. Now first, let's talk about what I mean by invasive. Native species are plants that are indigenous to this ecological region, plants such as dogwood, redbud, and milkweed. Non-native species came from somewhere else. Non-native species are not always invasive. If they are not well suited to our climate or don't reproduce quickly and prolifically, they're not likely to survive outside of our homes and gardens. Non-native species that tolerate a wide range of ecological sites and climates, reproduce abundantly, and establish themselves quickly have a tendency to become invasive. Invasive species can quickly cover an area, smothering out slower-growing native plants. Perhaps kudzu comes to mind when you think of invasive plants. Here's a kudzu bloom. They smell sweet, and bees that collect its nectar create an interesting purple honey. Unfortunately, there are many others, and most are much more abundant and aggressive than even kudzu. Autumn olive is a shrub that can reach 20 feet in height. It has silvery green undersides of the leaves and produces millions of red berries. It takes over open fields and shades out native shrubs, preventing natural plant succession. Herbivorous animals do not graze on it, and insects do not eat the foliage. Animals do eat the berries, however, which contributes greatly to its spread. Tree of heaven is another familiar invasive tree species. It is an ornamental plant that spreads by windborne seeds and sprouts from the root system, thus making it hard to eradicate. You can identify a tree of heaven by its compound leaves that look similar to that of a walnut tree, but they have a notch at the bottom of each leaflet. Japanese stiltgrass is a common invasive. It is easily identified by the shiny vein running through the middle of the leaf. It is an annual grass that grows in shady, wet areas. It can carpet the ground and raises the soil pH, inhibiting other plants from sprouting where it has established itself. It's easier to remove than many invasive plants. Being an annual, small infestations can simply be pulled up or cut very close to the ground before they have a chance to set seed. Invasive plants greatly disturb the food chain by taking up space but not providing anything in return. One of the reasons many invasive ornamentals were once prized by gardeners is due to the fact that native insects do not recognize foreign plants as food. A pest-free garden may be good for the gardener, but it's bad for the ecosystem. One of the reasons that songbird populations are declining is related to the decline in insect abundance. Herbivorous insects feed on native plant foliage, and the more insects there are, the more chicks songbirds can successfully raise. Invasive plants crowd out native plants, the food source for all these insects, who are the primary food source of many birds. Invasive plants can be managed by mechanical removal, herbicides, and controlled burns. Large infestations can take persistence to eradicate. The best thing you can do to help, besides trying to remove these plants, is plant native species. Research native flowering plants to place in your flower beds or consider starting a wildflower patch. Planting native species goes a long ways towards restoring ecological diversity in our communities. Linked in the description are websites you can visit for more information on identifying and removing invasive species, as well as how to find the best native plants for your garden. Subscribe to our newsletter for more content like this, as well as lessons, crafts, and games related to the week's topic. Until next time!